Okay, alright guys, and just welcome back. And here, just what we can do here means just here we can discuss the things like shape tools here. And just hope you're familiar with the shape tools like in Photoshop or Illustrator, in After Effects or XD or anything else. These shape tools are very mandatory, and these are very basic things. Okay, and just by default here we used to have rectangle, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, star. Okay, and with the pen tool, just we can create our own customized shape tools. And basically just here, just you click this rectangle, just here we used to have here the rectangle. And here the right side, just we can see some of the properties it's displayed. Like here, this is the width and the height. And here we can see the opacity of the 100%. And just here, just if you make this corner circle just here, and just here, just we can see, and it's having a something else like corner radius here. And just like here, just we can see. And we can, as per your client requirement and your web design requirement, just you can increase the size, the smoothness. And just here we used to have just the fill color, and just we can access here the color tool palette here. And by default it's gray color, and just we can change any of your color. Okay. And just here we used to have different colors. Okay. And just even we used to have some of the gradients here. And we can upload image, and just here, just we can see the gradient here. Just we can change the color of the gradient, and we can change the rotation and angle here. And just if you want to keep more number of gradients, just here to click this button, just here, and just if you want to change this color, and just we can change this different colors. Okay. Okay, and this we can adjust this thing by changing this here, just dragging this slide here, and so that we used to have a lot of feather, and the gradient is looking here and should look more realistic. Okay. And here just we understand about this figure, and coming to here, and this is the image. That means just if you want to place any image here, just if you click from the uploader any image, just I'm clicking this up, click upload from your computer, and just I am uploading this image. Actually this image is AI generated image. Just if you want to change this image, okay, and here and just here, and here we can change the color contrast here, like exposure, contrast, saturation, anything else. Very basic things these are. These are not an advanced color corrections, and basic things just here we use it. Okay, and coming to here, this is the video, and because yes we are using the free version, just we don't have access to keep the videos. Okay, and if you like this Figma, just you can, if you're professional, if you're working for any company or any freelancing work, just you have a lot of clients, just I recommend you take the paid version, and so that you can gain the access for uploading a video. Okay, alright, and just now here, just what we can do, and just here, just once again, just here we can upload the same image. Okay, and just we are uploading some image like this, and just here, now just here we used to have some stroke effects, and just here we used to have the center, and inside, and just if you click the see here, and just we can change the color, any of the stroke color, and even the here also just we can have the different type of gradient as we discussed in the before, how the gradient, the same way the gradient will works here. Okay, and just you can use the different colors here. Just right. And this here just we can place it with some blue, and this here just we can change it to dark blue. Alright, and just based upon your requirement, it's changing the color. And now just here, even just stroke also, just we can place some other image. Just we can try one image here, and see here for the stroke, just we used to have another image. Okay, this image is side. Okay, alright, and just now here, just if you can see here, there is a fit and a crop and some other tiling. Just these, I think these won't. I don't recommend these things. These are not necessary. And mostly just I don't use that much about these things here. Okay. Alright, and just now here, just what we can do, and just here, just we can go back to the color. Okay. And now just we can see the center. And we can see, and it's pulling outside. The stroke is pulling outside. Okay, and even here also just you can like any gradient or image or anything else for requirement just you can use. And we can see the outside. Okay, I think just we covered all these three things. And now here just we can go back to the disable the stroke and just we can go back to the effects here. And just here we used to have the drop shadow. And just now just we can use the drop shadow here. And just here we used to have some settings here and the position and X, Y and the blur and the spread and the color. And just if you change here give some values of 10 by 10, and basically it will take from the pixels and the blur value here. And just now here the opacity is very less here and make it to some 100. And see here now it's very clear. And just if you want to change it to make it some 70, and now here it's looking realistic. And the blur value, and if you want to make it 20, and it will have more blur. Okay. And this is the spread, and just if you make it some 40, and just see here, and it's have white, and it's not looking correct, and it's looking very weird. Don't use these kind of results in your website for your design, and it will damage the entire website design. Okay. And make it some. Or else just make it some around some 4 5. That's enough. And just the blur value also make it very small and very 10. And just here make it to some 30. Okay. Alright, and it's looking good for me. And this is about the drop shadow. And just here, and now here we used to have the inner shadow, and just the same will the works like inner shadow also. Just how we used for the drop shadow in the same way. But it will reverse like here, and just here just to make it some 100%. And now here we can see, and this is in the shadow, and the spread make it to 0, and just here the blur also make it to some 5. Okay, and just now here just we can see, we can tweak the settings like layer blur, and this is the thing. I think by default it's saying you want to blur anything else while you're working for any especially the in gradient designs, and just particularly just if you want to blur things. Suppose just here we can take a let's here, and just we can do some blur color. And just now just go to the effects, and just here just we can take the blur, and I think here just we can make it some 75. And just still just if you want to make it some 100, I think 100 is the highest. Just we can't do more value. Even 200 is also okay. And just see here, and these kind of designs will helpful for soft designs like some websites. And just here, and now just here, just to reduce the opacity and make it to some 75. And even this also make it to some 70. Okay, and see here, and these kind of designs will give you some feel for the websites. Okay, and that's the use of the blur and the layer blur. There is only blur and the layer blur, and even the background blur is also the same. I think the works with the same. There is nothing different between the layer blur and the background blur. Okay. Just I think the background blur is okay. And now we are discussing about the background blur. And this background blur, just I don't know that much about the background blur. And 90, make it some 90. And if you select this one, make it some 200. Okay guys, and just we discuss about the things here, and just if you want to export here as these particularly one thing just here. And in previous class we discussed about the slides. In the same way these part will export. Okay, and just here just if you click export, and see automatically it will download. Okay, and just here we used to have some corner radius, feather radius here, and just particularly working for any websites. And just if you want to give a client for different images like buttons like home button, if you want to give separate it, and contact us button, and just some prototyping elements as if you want to separate individually, and here these and all together in one frame, and just if you can export separately, and just here we can have see here, and just if you export it as separate And that's it about this class, and just we discuss. And the coming to here, this polygon tool, just if you take the polygon tool here, and just here we can see here, and just we give it more count and see here, and now the polygon is converted to the circle. Okay, and the rest of the other things, just everything works same. And one more thing here, just we used to have some alignments. Just here, just to delete this one. And what's the alignments means here? Just this is the align left, and this is align right, and this is align center, and this is the top, and this is the position where which the defaultly we used to place, and this is the along bottom. Okay, and these are the some of the alignment tools. Just while working, these are alignment tools are very comfort while you're working for web designs or UI designs. It will be more convenient for you. Okay, and just here, just we can see, and just if you rotate this one, and the circle is rotated like this, and this is the flick vertical, and this is the things like some other things. Okay, alright, and just here, just we finish all these things, even the image and the video also just we discussed. And just if you want to import any image like this here, if you click this import image, directly it will take to your drive. Okay, and you can place the things from there, and just means just here, and just directly the image will just directly you can export the image from there. Okay, alright guys, and just we finish this section and use rectangle area, the properties and everything. And just in the next class, just we can discuss about this pen tool and the pencil tool. And thanks for watching this class. Bye.